Today I'm going to be making a mushroom and asparagus risotto vegan style. A risotto already has so many delicious plant-based ingredients, so creating a vegan version is super easy and requires only minor changes. And for me, it's predominantly about the way it's cooked and using good quality ingredients. In this recipe, I am using both white wine and an organic mushroom stock to cook the risotto rice in. White wine is used to add a little acidity to the dish and balances out the richness. But understandably, adding alcohol might not be for everyone. If you're not wanting to add white wine to this recipe, that can be easily managed by simply adding extra mushroom stock or vegetable, depending on what you have, in place of the wine, and it still tastes great. In terms of quantities, I am going to be cooking 2 portions, and with all that said, I'm going to get straight to it and start cooking. Starting off with making my stock, and I'm using 1 organic mushroom stock cube and getting it ready while the water is boiling. Of course, it doesn't have to be organic, and if you don't have mushroom, you can use a vegetable stock cube instead. I've trimmed 150 grams of chestnut mushrooms and then I'm cutting them into quarters. Then I'm using half a medium-sized brown onion and dicing it. Next, I'm getting 600 ml of mushroom stock ready and opening a bottle of white wine to pour 250 ml, which is 1 cup. Not forgetting myself, of course. A good drizzle of olive oil in the pan and the diced onion goes in and cooks for about a minute. I'm then adding 1 cup of dry risotto rice, stirring that through before adding my cup of white wine. This is where you give the risotto rice time to soak up the wine, and do so on a medium heat so it's gently bubbling away but not boiling. Once the wine has reduced, pour a little bit of your stock into the pan and then add your mushrooms. Add a little more stock again so that both the risotto rice and the mushrooms are only just covered. Keep stirring and add a little salt, but not too much, as you can add a little more if required when you do a taste test later on. This is where the attention goes in. It's a matter of allowing the risotto rice to soak up the stock bit by bit, drop by drop, while gently stirring and folding, being careful not to break up and squish the rice, which is also why I'm using a wooden spoon, as it's a lot more gentle. This does mean that you have to be attentive throughout, and it's also why I have a glass of wine with me. But that extra time and attention pays off. On average, this usually takes about 20 minutes for the risotto rice to cook, and as soon as it's almost cooked, where it has bite but with a little softness, I pop a cover on it, take it off the heat and start to cook my asparagus. I'm adding 12 asparagus spears to a griddle pan with a little olive oil, turning them regularly and sprinkling with a touch of salt. This should only take about 3 minutes to have asparagus holding its shape and keeping its bright colour, which will be lost if overcooked. I'm then grating 50 grams of vegan cheese into the risotto. I'm letting the residual heat melt it while stirring it through, and now it's ready. Top your risotto off with the asparagus, along with a handful of fresh basil. And then, to give extra flavour, I'm zesting an organic non-wax lemon over the dish. And this is where all that consistent stirring, time and attention pays off. It's time to enjoy.